Okay guys, so I'm going in with the P. Louise base in shade 2 and I'm using an FX Makeup Academy fluffy blending brush and I'm tapping this all over the eyelid, working it into the eye, creating a nice even base in a patting motion. I'm also working it underneath the eye. I'm making sure to blend the very outer edges so I get an even application with my foundation. And I'm just patting this in until it's semi-matte and even to create a really good base for my shadows. So next I'm going in with the P. Louise base in a touch of frost and I'm using a small pointed fluffy blending brush and I'm going to tap this product into the crease in the shape that I want my spotlight eye to be. So nice and rounded right across the crease. This is going to act as a base for my blue shadows, so they're going to be really vibrant on the eye, but also it's going to act as a transition colour later on. I'm just tapping this in and creating that rounded shape. I'm going to go in with a clean fluffy brush now just to help to blend the edges so I get that lovely seamless blend, and also it will help to slightly mattify the product so that it's not really wet. I am going to go in with some more of the base on top of it just to give it a little bit more vibrancy, and again I'm going to tap it until it semi-mattifies so I have that lovely base down for my blue shadows. So I'm going to take the shade Make Waves from the XL Pro palette from Be Perfect Cosmetics, using the same brush that I applied the base with, and I'm going to tap that colour right into the crease, and basically I'm creating a rounded shape. This is going to be my main blue colour for my spotlight eye, so I want to work in that colour right into the blue base, and we're just creating shape at the moment. Don't worry about what your blend looks like, it's all about position. So now I'm going to just really lightly with the same brush and whatever product is left on my brush, and I'm going to work that along the edges of that colour just to slightly soften the edge. So I'm taking the product just slightly around the edges just to soften it, and now I'm going to take the same brush from before with the P. Louise Touch of Frost base, and I'm going to soften the edges. So I'm reintroducing the base colour because it's my transition and I want to get really seamless blends with this look. So I'm working that right around the edges of Make Waves, bringing that colour up a little bit higher now so that we can cover more of the eye, and just really softly blend it out. I don't have a lot of product on my brush, so I'm now taking a big fluffy brush and the Make Waves, and this is basically going to intensify the blue colour more. So I always use a small brush first to place my colour and get my blend and my base down. And now that I have my shape, I'm just going to press that colour in. This is going to give it more coverage. And I'm now going to take my small brush with my Make Waves and I'm just again going to tickle the skin, tease the edges and create that lovely soft seamless blend. And you basically keep going in between all your colours until you're happy with your blends. So now I'm going in with the P. Louise base in the shade Hint of Mint with a FX Makeup Academy flat brush, and I'm going to create the centre spotlight of my eye. I'm going for more of a dramatic look, so I'm going to basically cut the crease. So I'm applying this onto the centre of the eyelid first. I'm going to look up. If the product was to hit my crease any higher than where I have it, then I would cut the crease higher. So it's a great tip for knowing where you want to put your cut crease, but mine was in the right position. So I'm using the top of my brush, which is the rounded part, and I'm basically working side to side on the eye to create that lovely rounded shape in my crease for that kind of cut crease effect. And now I'm tapping it just to help to set it a little bit, and then I'm going to work on the edges to get them to blend nicely into the shade of blue. So I'm just pressing that in until I'm happy with the coverage, and now I'm taking a fluffy brush and I'm working on the edges to blend them softer, so when I put my dark colour on it won't be really harsh. I'm now going in with the shade Mood. I'm back in with Make Waves from the XL Pro palette. I'm going to take a flat brush from Mood because I want it to be really dark and smoky, and I'm working on either side of the spotlight to help make the spotlight pop and also to deepen up the colours of the spotlight eye. So I'm working this either side. It's going to look a little bit crazy for a few minutes, but we're going to work back on our colours to create that lovely blend. I'm going back in then with Make Waves on that thin fluffy brush, and I'm working on the top of Mood to help to blend the edges out so it doesn't have a really harsh edge of when I applied it. And I'm just going to keep working that up a little bit into the crease to create a seamless blend. So I'm taking my bigger fluffy brush with Make Waves, and I'm basically reintroducing more colour to this in the crease. So I'm just basically tapping it on, small circular motions, and I'm going to go in now with Ecstasy from the XL Pro palette, and I'm going to make my spotlight really bright and vibrant. You could leave it with the base, but I want to have that lovely lime green colour in the centre. So I'm tapping this all over the base that I used to cut the crease, and I'm pressing it in, trying to keep the shape in place and working the edges side to side to blend it slightly in towards the other colours. Going back in with Mood on a flat brush to deepen the colours again, and then I'll go back in with Make Waves, and basically you'll keep going in and out with all your colours until you're happy with the coverage of the colours and the blend between each colour. I'm going to go back in again with my P. Louise base in the blue colour, and I'm blending upwards higher again into the crease and up towards my brow, because I now want to bring that colour up higher on my eye to create more of a dramatic spotlight eye. I'm really softly blending this across the crease, and there's not a lot of product on my brush either because I don't want to disturb the products that are already there. And I'll go back in with all my colours again to make the eye more defined, more smoky, and to bring those shadows up higher. So then it's onto skin. So I'm going to prep my skin with the Tarte Brighter Days moisturiser. I'm going to pop this all over my face, and I'm going to use my hands to work it in. This is going to warm up the product and make sure that it works right in to my skin. It's also used as a primer on my skin, so it's really good for that lovely glowy kind of look on the skin. It's not really heavy like a normal moisturiser, so it can be used as a primer. I'm then going in with my MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation in NC20. I have bumped up my colour because I have gotten a little sun on my skin, so my pale usual foundation colour no longer suits. I have freckles everywhere. So I'm working this in with a fluffy buffing brush, and I'm just tapping this into the skin. I prefer to tap my foundation rather than blend it in circular motions or swipe it. Tapping it and pressing it into the skin helps to create coverage, so you use less product on the skin as well. And I'm going to work it down my neck obviously, and make sure you get those ears. Make sure you go right around your hairline as well, especially when you're using a colour that's warmer than your skin colour. And again, pressing it into the skin, and I'm going to avoid the eye area because I don't want to disturb my shadows, but I'm also going to pop concealer there. So I'm just working this right around, making sure I'm covering everywhere. And yeah. So next I'm going to go in with the Catrice Camouflage Concealer in shade Porcelain, and I'm going to dot this underneath my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, on my cupid's bow, chin and my forehead, just to create more of a highlight on my skin. And I'm going to take a smaller fluffy brush, and I'm going to buff the concealer into my foundation so that they blend seamlessly together. And this is going to help to brighten underneath my eyes, and also to make my shadows pop a little bit more, because the highlight colour of concealer will help to make certain areas of my skin pop. Just make sure that you take care when you're close to your shadows with wet product, because you don't want to ruin the blend. So I will really slowly work my brush up towards my shadows when blending it close to the eye area. And this is the finished look. I forgot to actually record a finished video, so I've just popped some photos on. So it's a lovely blue into green spotlight eye, something a little bit different. Hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial. Leave some feedback in the comments below.